Here we go again with roll number 2, IMS Academy open mat session, May 21st, 2016. Andrew Nighthawk on top, Seth on the bottom, side control. And what I'm thinking here is I want to do a backdoor escape. It's tough to do. We do a backdoor drill during our warm-ups, and it's one of the toughest escapes you can do in MMA. But if you can get it, or you get anywhere proficient at it, it's very rewarding because it gives you such a dominant position in wrestling to be able to take the top. Usually it requires, from this position, getting my right arm in his armpit, my left arm underneath to check his hips. If he has a traditional side control position where his hips are down, you want to hip bump over your head, and then you want to turn your legs toward his legs and run around and just win the circle game. I start getting up, he catches my head on the way, so he shuts that attempt down. But I had to do it anyway. He's got a head control. Now I want to keep his pressure off of me, so I create that space, keep his hips off of my hips so he's not able to put any pressure on my neck. He goes side control, you see I go. And I get that underhook again with my left arm. That's going to prevent him, even though I'm giving him arm triangle position here, if he wants to take it, he can't because I have that underhook on this side. And I'm just spinning around, and he's just maintaining top position. Side control now. He's keeping my knees pointed up, and he's checking my hip. If you look in the mirror, he goes to mount, and I never turn my back to the mat as I keep my legs turned down, and I was ready to just shrimp my legs out. He decided to be checked on the position just so my legs wouldn't get in the fight. As you see here again, he's using his right arm, posting it on the mat at my hips, and he's not allowing me to get my legs back in the fight here. And now we end up in north-south position. So Andrew's going to kind of go to work here, north-south, see if he can do something. He's got almost head-arm position. As he gets head-arm position, always with your free arm, look what I'm doing here. As I reach under with my right arm, I check the chin, and always keep their head back to center. And then you can press up if need be to keep pressure off. He's trying to clasp his hands here to work a dart choke, and he's not able to get it. And that allows me to be able to get out and scramble once there's a little bit of space here. Again, little butterfly. Here we go, double butterflies, double underhooks. I'm not able to get the good head wrestle, which you can really break guys' posture, make them over posture, and get some sweeps here. But I'm able to switch my hips, try to get armbar position, and then I just kind of kick him off me, and he's not able to keep that top position. We're going to start in his guard, and since we don't have a cameraman, at least it's not shaky for you guys, but we just got the camera just kind of set up here. So even though we're not getting all the angles, at least it's not like some epileptic having seizures or something, holding a camera and tweaking out. No motion sickness. Again, from his guard, I put my hands on his ribs. I posture up as just look up. You don't want to show guys the top of your head unless you're posting your head in there on their body. And from this position here, I just kind of dance around with my leg if I'm going to spin. Eventually, here we are. I've just got head-arm control. And as he tries to attempt a sweep there, I switch from the head and arm to a guillotine. He recognizes that, and he recovers and gets his underhook and keeps it high up in my armpit. Anytime you have underhooks, always keep them pitted high in your opponent's armpits. If not, then you're going to have problems in just weak position in general. Here I go. I end up working myself to mount, and he's going to recover as you see him fighting with that foot. I've got a 3/4 mount. He's got his quarter guard, but it's all right. It's my hips are open, my knees are wide. Here he goes. He's building his base, and a lot of guys like to use their shoulder here and put pressure, but since Andrew has a longer frame and I'm usually shorter than the guys that I roll with, I like to use my head. So I like to head wrestle. Most of the time in MMA or fighting, you'll see head wrestling from the clinch, but I like to do it everywhere. There, as you saw me just testing my balance, and Andrew's arms, as he lifted me up, he was pressing off my hips, but as soon as his arms get up to shoulder level or higher and they're extended out, man, just take your feet off the mat, make him carry your weight, and just make those muscles work. When those muscles get tired, it benefits you, and it's all part of the cooking process. Again, I'm trying to work here though. Look, I'm even trying to fish underneath Andrew's head, and he's just keeping his back of his head on the mat. It's something that I've stressed over and over. Oh, here we go. He starts to work out, and he ends up catching me in an empty triangle. As you can see in the mirror here, there's no arm in, but my face is completely covered here. When it's hard for you to breathe, just completely open your mouth. It's very hard to cover all the surface space. And as the break there, Andrew tried to recover to top position, but I do the same thing. So it's always, anytime you're in a funky position or you're about to break or about to lose something, think about getting dominant position and scrambling. Man, those scrambles, because when you're in top, it's like I'm in top now, double wrist control, and I'm in spider web control. Look at me I'm going to bring my right leg over, and right over that hand. Now it's going to allow me to either isolate the armbar, I switch to a triangle position, but triangles are, I'm not going to choke him here unless he turns into me, so the angle here is off, but I really start tightening it up, and it allows me to get the triangle armbar for the tap. And that's roll number 2. Good job, Andrew.